ekapatni vratadharo rajarsi charitasuchi sadharmam grahamediyam शिक्षयन् स्वयम् आचरत्. Matajis. Sicharitas suchihi sadharmam grahamediyam शिक्षयन् स्वयम् आचरत्. एकपत्नी व्रतधरो ऋषि चरितशुचिः तदन्नं ग्रहणेदीयं शिक्षयन् स्वयमाचरत्. एकपत्नी व्रतधरो राजऋषि चरितशुचिः तदन्नं ग्रहणेदीयं Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Lord Ramchandra took a vow to accept only one wife and have no connection with any other woman. He was a saintly king and everything in his character was good, untinged by qualities like anger. He taught good behavior for everyone, especially for householders, in terms of Varnashrama Dharma. Thus, he taught the general public by his personal activities. Purport by His Divine Grace. Ekapatni Vrata, accepting only one wife, was the glorious example set by Lord Ramchandra. One should not accept more than one wife. In those days, of course, people did marry more than one wife. Even Lord Ramchandra's father accepted more wives than one. But Lord Ramchandra, as an ideal king, accepted only one wife, Mother Sita. When Mother Sita was kidnapped by Ravana and the Rakshasas, Lord Ramchandra, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could have married hundreds and thousands of Sitas. But to teach us how faithful he was to his wife, he fought with Ravana and finally killed him. The Lord punished Ravana and rescued his wife to instruct men to have only one wife. Lord Ramchandra accepted only one wife and manifested sublime character, thus setting an example for householders. A householder should live according to the ideal of Lord Ramchandra, who showed how to be a perfect person. Being a householder or living with a wife and children is never condemned, provided one lives according to the regulative principles of Varnashrama Dharma. Those who live in accordance with these principles, whether as householders, brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, are all equally important. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha namo om vishnupadaya krishna prasthaya bhutale srimate bhaktivedanta swami niti namine namaste saraswati deve gauravani pracharine nirvisesha shunyavadi pastacha desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. On this auspicious occasion of the appearance of Lord Ramchandra, we will discuss his wonderful pastimes of setting an example of an ideal person. Shri Sukadeva Goswami, Shri Shri Radha Ras Vihari Ji ki, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki. Srila Sukadeva Goswami in the 9th canto was describing the Surya Vamsa. So in the Surya Vamsa, he was describing how from Maharaj Katwanga, Dhira Bahu was born. From Dhira Bahu, Raghu was born. To Raghu, Aja was born. To Aja, Dasarath was born. Then in this lineage, how Lord Ramachandra appeared. Sukadeva Goswami describes the entire pastime of Lord Ramachandra in 2 chapters, consisting of 91 verses. 91 verses only. So, this wonderful pastime of Lord Ramachandra was elaborated by Valmiki in 24,000 verses in Ramayana. So Valmiki Muni was advised by Brahma to actually meditate deep within, and in his deep meditation, this entire Ramayana was manifested. Valmiki Muni was not following Lord Ramachandra in this entire pastime to give a running commentary. He is describing entire details to minute extent. He was not there present actually all the while of the entire Ramayana. But this entire Ramayana was manifested within his heart by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Lord Ramachandra, so that he could actually describe that. 24,000 verses. So, Valmiki describes how Dasarath Maharaj was ruling the entire world from Ayodhya. And he was not having any children. So it was a very sad thing for him. So in this entire dynasty, especially in the Kshatriya lineage, you need to have a son so that he carries forward your dynasty. Otherwise the dynasty will come to an end. So it's a glorious dynasty of Surya Vamsa. So he was not having children. So he was advised by Vasishta that he should do a sacrifice with the help of Rishyashranga. The entire Ramayana starts with, how this Rishyashranga was born to Mrigi Rishi, and the Mrigi Rishi kept him in isolation. He never exposed him to the society. And he was brought up as a brahmachari. He has not even seen any women. So strong brahmachari he was. So later, Romapad Maharaj, who had actually the daughter of Dasarath, and his kingdom was undergoing some famine, and it was advised that if this Rishyashranga comes and performs the sacrifice, then this whole kingdom will be very glorious. So in that way, actually Ramayana, as I said, 24,000 verses. What we are going to do now is going to take some important pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. We are not going to go through the entire Ramayana, it is not possible. So in that way, some exemplary activities that Lord Ramachandra has done, ideal example that he has set, how that can be useful for us, most important thing. So we will discuss those pastimes of Lord Ramachandra which can give us some practical lessons to us. So in this way, Rishyashranga came to the kingdom of Romapad and he got married to the daughter of Romapad. Actually she was a daughter of Dasarath in actuality. So it was stated by the advisors that this Rishyashranga should come to Ayodhya and he should do a Aswamedha Yajna. So if he does that, then there is some chances of Dasarath getting some children. So Rishyashranga came and he did the Aswamedha Yajna. The Aswamedha Yajna was completed. Then Rishyashranga suggested actually he should do one more Yajna. And that Yajna, Putreshti. So for getting the child, you do this Putreshti Yajna, and after that you will get the children. Then Dasarath Maharaj accepted it. Dasarath Maharaj arranged the elaborate Putresti Yajna, and Rishi Shringa again he performed that Yajna. So it was so nicely performed that a Vishnu Duta appeared in the fire. Vishnu Duta came, he was carrying a golden pot with a lot of jewels and diamonds and various kind of jewels bedecked the pot, and he carried that pot, and that pot contained the sweet rice. So he gave the sweet rice to Dasarath Maharaj, and he said that, please give the sweet rice to your 3 wives, and soon you will get 4 glorious sons. And Dasarath Maharaj circumambulated Vishnu Duta, and the Vishnu Duta actually disappeared. So in this way, Lord Ramchandra brought the pot of sweet rice, and he gave half the quantity, 50% of the sweet rice, to Kaushalya. Kaushalya was the eldest of the queens. Kaushalya, he gave 50%. And then he gave remaining 50%, that is 1/4, 25% of the full quantity, 25% to Sumitra. And then he divided the remaining into 50%, that means 1/8. 1/8 to Kaikeyi. Then now one more 1/8 portion is remaining. So after lot of thought, he gave that again 1/8 to Sumitra. So Sumitra got first half the quarter quantity plus 1/8 also. So double benefit. So soon, all these queens, they became pregnant. So when they were pregnant, Lord Brahma instructed the demigods, now the Supreme Lord is going to appear. It's all set, the scene is set. He said, all the demigods, you also beget some children with different species, so that they all can help Lord Ramchandra in his pastimes. So in this way, Indra begot Vali, and Surya begot Sugriva, and Vayu begot Hanuman. Like that, the population was made. The scene is being set. All of them descended. So, after 12 months of pregnancy, on the month of Chaitra, the bright fortnight, Shukla Paksha, on the 9th day of Shukla Paksha, Kaushalya gave birth to Lord Ramchandra. Ramchandra Bhagwan ki! So, soon after, Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharat. Then, Sumitra, after 2 days, see, they all were born very close. It's not a very long gap between their birth, because they were conceived together and they were born with a very little difference. After 2 days only, Sumitra gave birth to Lakshman and Shatrughan. Because she got 2 times sweet rice, 2 portions. So she gave 2 children. So Lord Ramchandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Bharata is actually Shanka's incarnation. And Lakshman is Balaram himself. And Shatrughan is Chakra. Sankha, Chakra, and Ananta is Balaram, and Lord Ramchandra is Krishna himself. So in these 4 features, the Lord manifested. We have to know very clearly, it is only 2 days gap between Lakshman and Ram. Lakshman is younger to Lord Ramchandra by only 2 days. Still, Lakshman always accepted Lord Ram as his master. Never he thought that, what is this big difference? He never did that. So in this way, Lord Ramchandra, Lord Lakshman, everyone was setting a very ideal example in this entire Ramayana. So Lord Ramchandra was so beautiful, lotus eyes, and everybody loved him, especially Dasarath Maharaj. Dasarath Maharaj was very, very attached to Lord Ramchandra. So in this way, when Lord Ramchandra was 16 years old, he already completed his education, he was already very expert in his warfare, very well versed. So when he was just 16 years old, Vishwamitra, who was performing sacrifice, he was disturbed by some demons. So he came to Dasarath Maharaj, and Dasarath Maharaj gave him welcome, asked him what he wants. Then Vishwamitra said, actually, I want your son Ramchandra to go with me so that he can protect my sacrificial arena. And the demons, when they come, he can actually take care of them, he can kill them. Actually, Vishwamitra, if he wants, he could have killed the demons also. But then it's the job of the Kshatriya to give protection. He wanted a Kshatriya to do that. When a Kshatriya kills, there is no implication. He said, I want Ramchandra. And when he heard, Dasarath Maharaj was so attached to Ramchandra, when he heard that Vishwamitra wanted Ram, he fainted on his asana. Then somehow or other, he was made to regain his consciousness. Then Dasarath Maharaj said, why you want this young boy? He is not very experienced. I am more experienced. I will come actually. Instead of him, I will come. He said, no, I want Ramchandra. No, even if you want Ramchandra, why don't we also come along with him? We will fight alongside. No, Ramchandra will be there, we also there. So that Ramchandra, he wanted to be around. He said, no, I only want him. He again fainted 2 times. Not able to tolerate the pain of separation from Lord Ram. In this way, Vishwamitra became angry. What is this you are not giving like that? So Vasishtha Muni said that, no, don't worry. No problem, just send him. Everything is according to the plan of the Lord himself. Don't worry, he will be safe. Don't worry about it. Then, on the advice of Vasishtha, Dasarath sent Lord Ram, Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra went and he did his sacrifice. The demons are coming and disturbing, and Lord Ramchandra killed them. And after the sacrifice was completed, then the assembled sages, they wanted to go to Mithila, because they heard that Janaka Maharaj is performing some wonderful sacrifice. They all wanted to see the bow used by Lord Shiva. So they decided to go to Mithila. So Vishwamitra took Lord Ram and Lakshman, and they were on the way. They came across the ashram of Gautama Rishi. So in the ashram of Gautama Rishi cursed his wife Ahalya, because everything is a big story. We are only saying few sentences about it to give an idea of the flow of the Ramayana. So the Ahalya was cursed for having illicit relation with Indra, and she was as a stone. And Gautama Rishi said, when Ramchandra comes here, when his lotus feet touches, he will regain his original position. So on the way, Lord Ramchandra visited that place. By the touch of Lord Ramchandra's lotus feet, Ahalya, who was in the stone form, regained her original position. And in this way, they all reached Mithila. So in Mithila, Janaka Maharaj had a bow of Lord Shiva. And this bow was used by Lord Shiva during the Daksha Yajna. So when Daksha, Prajapati Daksha, when he did Yajna, he actually did not invite Lord Shiva. Even though Lord Shiva is one of the 3 primary personalities of this universe, he didn't invite. It was a great insult. So in the Daksha Yajna, that's another story altogether by itself. In the Daksha Yajna, angry Lord Shiva took this bow to devastate everyone, and they all said, oh, if Lord Shiva is going to devastate, they all surrendered. And that bow, Lord Shiva gave it to demigods, donated it. Chalo, rakto, isko bhi rakto. So this bow was very, very heavy. Even demigods cannot lift that. Very heavy. So much heavy that it required 500 men. 500 men to drag, not to lift, to drag the cart which 8 wheels, cart with 8 wheels, there is a cart with 8 wheels, on that this bow is kept. Even to drag that, it required 500 men. You can see how heavy that bow would have been. Because earlier, Mother Sita lifted this without any difficulty. So Janaka Maharaj decided that whoever lifts this bow and strings it, that person will take the hand of Mother Sita. Mother Sita. So, so this bow was brought, and Lord Ramachandra, he, with his left hand, he just put in the middle of this bow, and he just lifted it. Everyone was, oh, it required 500 men to drag the bow. Now with one hand he lifted the bow. And without any effort, it is not that he has to lift with a lot of strength, without any effort. And he wanted to string it. If you have to string the bow, you'll have to little bit bend it. You have to bend it and put the string so that the string is very tight. So when he wanted to string the bow, and when he bent it, this bow broke into pieces, making a thunderous sound, thunder, like a thunder. And how it happened? Exactly like a baby elephant can break a sugar cane. For a baby elephant, not even a grown-up elephant, baby elephant. It is easy for a baby elephant. What to speak of a adult elephant? Adult elephant, nothing actually. A baby elephant breaking a sugar cane. It broke like that, making a thunderous sound. So in this way, Janaka Maharaj then gave Sita Mata in marriage to Lord Ramachandra. In fact, Dasarath was invited. Dasarath came to Mithila and the marriage happened. And Mother Sita came to Ayodhya and they were living very happily. So, when Lord Ramachandra was 27 years old, 27 years old, by the time Dasarath already ruled the kingdom for 60,000 years. He has already ruled for 60,000 years. So he said, I have ruled sufficiently. Now I can coronate Lord Ramachandra. He said, Lord Ramachandra, you take over the kingdom. So I have ruled already 60,000. So at that time, Bharat and Shatrughan, they actually went to Kaikeya, Kaikeyi's birthplace. They were not in Ayodhya. But one thing is that Dasarath Maharaj, when he actually married Kaikeyi, he promised the king of Kaikeya that the son born of Kaikeyi will be the future king. He actually promised, Dasarath Maharaj. He was thinking what to do now. He was always wondering. But in any royal dynasty, the eldest son gets the chance to rule. He is the, legal heir for the kingdom. So here, in this case, Bharat is younger to Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra should get. But nobody knew that. Only Dasarath knew that. So, Lord Ramachandra was to be installed. So Dasarath said that let us make the arrangement. So very auspicious day is coming. So I want to make Lord Ramachandra coronate him. So the news was spread and everything was prepared. So at the time, Mantara, the maid servant who came with Kaikeyi, hunchbacked, and she, actually Kaikeyi didn't mind also. She was also very happy because Kaikeyi also loved Ramachandra very much. She didn't have any problem. She was happy. But this, Mantara, came and said, what is this? If Ramachandra becomes the emperor, what will happen to you? What will happen to your son? So, she put some masala in her head. So much so that Kaikeyi was, in her palace, very sad, lying on the floor. And when Dasarath came, what is this? Tomorrow is going to be coronation. of Lord Ramachandra, why you are very sad, what is the problem? In fact, Dasarath, earlier, when he was fighting alongside, the demigods, fighting against the demons, he was critically wounded. At the time, Kaikeyi served him and brought him out of the battlefield and served him and nursed him, etc. So much pleased was Dasarath that he told her, you take 2 boons. And she said, not now. When I need it, I will take it. So even when you give boon, you have to be very careful. Turam de dene ka. You don't delay it. Giving, you have to give it immediately. If you delay it, who knows what opportunity, who is going to ask what, we don't know. She said, no, I will ask when proper time is coming. So, Manthara reminded her, you have the 2 boons, so with these 2 boons, you get your son coronated. So Kaikeyi, somehow or other, by the arrangement of the Lord, so told Dasarath Maharaj that, actually, how can I be happy? If I will be happy if you really love me. Actually, Dasarath Maharaj loved Kaikeyi because she was the youngest and the most beautiful. Dasarath Maharaj loved Kaikeyi more than other queens. So she said, if you really love me, you remember, you told that you will give 2 boons, I want that now. Okay? The royal tradition, a gentleman, you give a word, you do it. You can't say that, no, I can't do it. Then it becomes, even for the entire dynasty. They say, in this dynasty, this fellow did not fulfill his promise. Coming in the Ikshwaku dynasty. Harishchandra in that dynasty. So all glorious kings. So you can't just deny the promise that you have made. What is that? Okay, take it. So she said, Kaikeyi, instead of Lord Ram, Bharat should be coronated. My son Bharat should be coronated. Number 2, Lord Ramachandra should be banished in the forest for 14 years. So when Dasarath heard that, he fainted. It was painful. I can't imagine that. What is this? How can I do that? Because Dasarath loved Lord Ramachandra more than anybody else, any other children. So in this way, Dasarath was so sad. When Lord Ramachandra came and he asked, what is the problem? Dasarath could not speak anything. Dasarath never told him to go to forest. It is Kaikeyi who told Ramachandra that your father gave these 2 promises and I asked these 2 benefits. So your father's desire is that Bharat should be coronated and you should go to the forest for 14 years. And Lord Ramachandra didn't have any problem whatsoever it is. The son's duty is to fulfill the father's desire. Ideal. We are talking about Lord Ramachandra was an ideal person. Ideal in all respects. An ideal son. We will come other ideal things. An ideal husband. An ideal leader. An ideal king. Maryad Purushottam. In all aspects of his behavior, he set an example of how ideally one can do things. He didn't have any problem. He said, no problem. What is there? Immediately he was ready to go. In fact, he didn't wait for anybody else. He was getting ready. And when he gave up the royal cloth, took the tree bark, kusha grass, and Lakshman wanted to go also. He also took the same cloth. Mother Sita said, I will also go. And this, if you are going, you will have to wear no tree bark like that. And she didn't know how to wear because she is grown up in the royal family. And it was so painful for everybody. And she was, Lord Ramachandra helped her to wear the forest clothing. Forest, how you are going to live? Forest clothing. So in this way, they all left. And Dasarath, actually, when he saw that they were going, he actually fainted and he could not tolerate the pain. He could not tolerate the pain. So, when Kaikeyi came to lift him. He said, "Don't touch me. I have already disowned you. You gave me so much pain, I don't want to touch." So he underwent so much pain of separation from Lord Ram. It is stated that how Dasarath Maharaj, when he was young, he was an expert shooter. So much so that by hearing a sound coming from a direction, he can actually shoot the arrow and hit the target. So expert. He doesn't even have to see the target. By hearing the sound, he can trace the source of sound and hit the target. So much so that once, when he was hunting in the forest, he heard the sound of water, as if some elephant is trying to drink the water. Some sound was coming. He thought that the elephant is trying to drink the water. He shot an arrow. It was not an elephant, by the way. It was a sadhu. And he was trying to serve his parents by taking water from the water body, and that sound was being made. And he was just trying to take the water, and this arrow went and pierced him, and he was critically wounded, fatally wounded. And he was crying. Then Dasarath thought, "Oh, what happened? I actually made a big mistake." So he went to him, and he was wounded, and he was having the water. He said that, "How did you do that? I didn't do anything to you." He said, "This is my mistake. What can I do?" So he said that, "Take me to my parents. They are blind. I wanted to serve this water. They are very thirsty. Take me there." So Dasarath goes there. And the parents thought his son has come, but the son is already died. So he took the water and gave the parents. And then he told the parents, "Actually, your son is killed by me." And they said that they were so painful. And they said that, "You take me to the place where the son is." So, and then they also left the body and told Dasarath that the pain that we are undergoing by being separated from our son, same pain you will undergo. So, it is because of this earlier action of Dasarath Maharaj, he has to undergo the same pain like those two, the parents of the sadhu underwent. Though Lord Ramchandra underwent so much pain that he actually left his body. He can't tolerate that when he left his body. So, in this way, when Bharat Maharaj came back, already Ramchandra left. Already Ramchandra, Lakshman and Sita left. When Bharat Maharaj came, he met the whole Ayodhya was always a wonderfully transcendental place. Everybody is sad and all inauspicious things. He was not knowing. He didn't even know that Dasarath left his body. So when he came to Kaikeyi, so Kaikeyi explained to him what has happened. So Bharat was so unhappy. He actually started chastising his own mother. How did he do that? I don't want to be the emperor. And in fact, Bharat Maharaj wanted, "Okay, you wanted to install, but I don't want to take it. I want to put Ramchandra back." So he actually went with the entire followers to meet Lord Ramchandra and give back the kingdom. But Ramchandra is not to be, taking back, because he already promised. If your father wanted you to go to forest for 14 years, you can't come back because of some reason. So Bharat Maharaj, even though he didn't want to rule, then he at least said that, "Okay, 14 years you come back. After 14 years you'll have to come back and take the kingdom." And he took Lord Ramachandra's padukas. So it is said that even though there has to be a king, even though he was made the king, but he never occupied the throne of, the Ayodhya. In fact, he kept the padukas of Lord Ramachandra on the throne and he was worshipping. And it is said that he was actually living exactly like Lord Ramachandra was living in the forest. He was also wearing the tree bark, kusha grass dress. And he was eating the barley cooked in cow urine. He was eating barley cooked in cow urine. And he was not enjoying the royal opulence. He was also sleeping on the kusha bed, kusha grass bed. So in this way, Bharat Maharaj was, even though supposed to be king, he never considered himself to be king. He was always considering himself to be on behalf of Lord Ramchandra, is making sure that things are happening. Ad hoc management. He was always waiting for Lord Ramchandra to come back after 14 years. So, Ramayana continues. Lord Ramchandra travels in the forest and he meets Guha, a devotee of Lord Ramchandra, Nishad Raj. And when he heard that Lord Ramchandra is in the forest, he made elaborate arrangement. He cooked wonderful items and he offered him nice bed and this feast. And Lord Ramchandra said, no, I can't eat all these things. I have to eat only fruits and roots in the forest and water. All this wonderful feast, please feed it to the cows, horses of the chariot. That he was traveling in the chariot of Dasarath Maharaj. Dasarath Maharaj's horses are used to eating feast. Please feed this feast to the horses. Horses were given the feast given. And he took only the fruit and the roots. Because living in the forest means you can only get that. You can't just make a feast in the forest. So in this way, Guha helped him to cross the Ganges. So the Ganges, when the Lord Ramchandra was to cross, Guha asked one of his boatmen, Kevat, please help Lord Ramchandra to cross the Ganges. There, Kevat thought that it's a wonderful opportunity. I am going to make Lord Ramchandra to cross the Ganges. So he said, my dear sir, I heard that when your lotus feet, the dust in your lotus feet touched stone and the stone became a lady. Ahalya. I heard that. But now, if you touch my boat is made up of so many wooden rafters, wooden thing. If all those wooden pieces become women, how will I take care of them? I want to wash your feet clean without any dust. Then I will allow you in my boat. Lord Ramchandra knew the intention of Kevat. This is a golden opportunity. When will I wash the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra? So Lord Ramchandra offered his lotus feet. Kevat very nicely washed and drank the water and took the water on his head. By means of which he purified himself, completely transcendental. Then Ramchandra, Lakshman and Sita got onto the boat and they crossed across. So when he went to the other side, Ramchandra wanted to give the fee. You have taken a ride, boat ride, you have to pay fee, no? Then Mother Sita wanted to give a ring, some ornament, golden, just to cross and golden thing. He said, no, I don't accept fees. Don't accept fees? Why? People of same profession, they don't take fees. Suppose, in a village, if there is a barber cuts the hair of another person, right? If he has to have his own haircut, he has to go to another barber. So when he goes to another barber, that fellow will not take any fee. Because next day he will come to him for cutting the hair, So you cut my hair, I cut your hair, we don't take fees. So like that I don't want to take fees. I said, that's okay. You are a boatman. I am son of Dasarath Maharaj. He is not telling himself, I am son of Dasarath Maharaj, you are a boatman. How we both are in same profession? So, Kevat said, Prabhu, you are also expert in crossing big water bodies. I am crossing the small water body Ganga, I am making people to cross, and you are so expert that you are making people to cross this Bhavasagar. That's also water body, Bhavasagar, repeated birth and death in this ocean, people are undergoing repeated birth and death. You are so expert in helping the people to cross this Bhavasagar. So if at all you want to pay me a fee, when I leave my body, please please cross me this Bhavasagar, then it will be okay. So if somebody wants a boon, it should be someone should have intelligence to ask for a boon also. What is the use of getting a small piece of fee? He put the ultimate fee actually. This is something, you can't imagine how much worth it is. He said, you cross me and take me to Vaikunta, that is what I want. He said, granted. Chalo, theek hai. He knew that he is already a devotee. So in this way, Lord Ramachandra continued and stayed in Chitrakoot. So in the Chitrakoot, he performed so much pastimes. From there, he went to Dandakaranya, wherein in Dandakaranya, on the suggestion of Agastya Rishi, so he suggested him, you go and stay in Panchavati, Nasik. So on the way, he met also Jatayu. He thought, he may be representative of some demon. No, he said, no, I am friend of Dasarath. So Jatayu became friendly and he said that whenever you are here, I will keep watching. It's an old bird, vulture, watching like that. So when Lord Ramachandra was staying in Panchavati, the Ramayana unfolds with Surpanaga visiting that place. And when Surpanaga saw Lord Ramachandra, she thought that I should have this person as my husband. So Surpanaga was sister of Ravan, and she was living in the area of Dandakaranya and doing all kinds of demoniac activity along with other brothers. And Lord Ramachandra, when he heard from Surpanaga, he said that actually I am married. I am Ekapatni Vrata. He decided. Actually in the royal order, Prabhupada explained that the Kshatriya is allowed to marry more than one wife. In fact, we have seen how Dasaratha Maharaj had 3 wives, principal. And it's not anything prohibited. Even though it is not prohibited, Lord Ramachandra put a prohibition on himself. That okay, I will not marry, I will marry only one. Wanted to show an ideal husband, only one wife. So Lord Ramachandra said, I am a Ekapatni Vrata, I am already married. I cannot take care of second wife. You better go to Lakshman. He doesn't have a wife. So unka paas jana. So she was foolish. Demons are always foolish. So she went to Lakshman. Thought that that's a good idea. He already has a husband. He is also looking good. Okay. Anybody looking good is okay. He is also looking good. She came to Lakshman. So he said that, no, Ramchandra sent me, so I want to marry you. He said, actually, you see, I am a servant. I am a servant of Ram and Sita. Every day my job is to serve. If you marry me, you have to also serve them. And why you want to become a servant? No, you better go back to Ramchandra only. Even if you have 2 wives, no problem. You go back to him. Again she came back. Again Ramchandra did not agree. Then she said, what is this? You people are playing with me? The entire caste is Sita. So I will go and attack this Sita. I will eat Sita. Then Ramchandra, hey, Lakshman, what are you doing? Try to do something about this, Baba. So Lakshman immediately understood Lord Ramachandra's intention that she can be disfigured, and actually Lakshman cut her nose. Already she was ugly. And cut her nose. Nasik. Our Nasik name came from cutting the nose of Surpanaga. Nasik. So, in this way, when her nose was cut, she went to the brothers who were also in Dandakaranya. Ravana is a brother. She had other brothers living in Dandakaranya. So they came and they were fighting with Ramchandra. Everyone was, killed and finished. So helplessly, then Surpanaga goes back to Ravana. and says that this is what had happened. This Ramachandra, and he has this wife, and you should punish them. The best thing is, you should go and kidnap this lady. Because of her, all this problem is happening. So, Ravana, not able to tolerate the insult to his sister, Surpanaga, he decides that already directly fighting with Rama, all his brothers and followers were all killed. So he didn't want to directly fight. So he decided that, okay, I will kidnap this Sita. And when he heard about Sita's beauty and all, he said that I will have Sita. So he comes to Panchavati and he asks his friend Maricha, demon, that you do one thing, you become like a golden deer. Become like a golden, you don't see golden deer, so you become like a golden deer with wonderful spots in your body with the silver and jewels like that, very attractive. So you go in front of the cottage of Ram, Lakshman, Sita, and then you try to, attract. He said that, what is this? You don't know the prowess of Lord Ramachandra? When Vishwamitra Muni was doing yajna, at the time also I tried to disturb. And Ramachandra hit me so hard that so many yojanas I went and fell in the sea. Why you are trying to, force me? I will be ultimately killed. So Ravana said, if you think that Ramachandra will kill you if you take a form of deer, if you don't take it, I will kill you. So you are going to die anyway. You better decide whether you want to be killed by me or Ramchandra. Then Marishi thought, Are bhai, what is better to die in the hand of Supreme Personality than this demon? Better to take that. So he agreed. Theek hai bhai. So, Maricha takes the form of a deer, very beautiful, golden, luster, and in front of the hermitage of Mother Sita. Mother Sita saw this and she tells Ramchandra, so nice deer, please go and bring this deer. Ramchandra said, this is not looking to be a normal deer of this Panchavati. You don't see golden luster deer. Normal. This is something, maybe some demoniac people, they are trying to, misrepresent the thing. No, I want it some or other. So there was a conversation. Finally, Lord Ramachandra agrees. As an ideal husband, he'll have to fulfill the desire of a wife also. So he gets into the forest. The deer, he tells Lakshman, please take care of. I am going, but then you take care of Mother Sita. He said, okay, no problem. So Maricha disappears, appears, takes deep into the forest, Lord Ramachandra. And finally, Lord decides, it is very difficult to catch him, so the Lord decides to, hit the golden deer, and the deer, is killed. So when he was dying, Marisha was making loud call of Lakshman in the voice of Lord Ramchandra. Lakshman, Sita, like that. This was heard by Lakshman and Sita in the hermitage. Mother Sita was very concerned. She said, Lakshman, please go and see what is happening. Lakshman did not want to leave. He knew that Lord Ramachandra nobody can defeat. But Mother Sita insisted that, what, do you think that Lord Ramachandra, if he is killed, so you can enjoy me? That was unbearable for Lakshman. He said, no problem. So, Lakshman goes in different versions of Ramayana. By the way, there are many versions of Ramayana. So much so that in every language there is Ramayana. There are variations. Srila Prabhupada always takes the version of Valmiki. Why? Because in Valmiki, the Ramayana was manifested within the heart. So that Ramayana is given the highest priority. So in that way, Lakshman Rekha comes in several versions of Ramayana. So Lakshman goes in the forest, then Ravan comes to the hermitage and kidnaps Mother Sita on the golden chariot, and Jatayu intervenes. Jatayu was actually watching because he said that I will be watching. So he intervenes and there is a fight breaks between Ravana and Jatayu, and Jatayu was very old also, very old. So Ravana actually chops off the wings of Jatayu and he was fatally wounded. Then Ravan takes Sita to Lanka. So then Ramachandra comes back and Lakshman and Ramchandra meet. When they both come to the hermitage, Sita is missing. So Ramchandra undergoes a lot of pain in separation of Sita, and in search of Sita they come across Jatayu, who was actually waiting to meet Lord Ramachandra and give the message about Mother Sita. So Jatayu mentions to him how Ravana kidnapped Sita and how he intervened and how Ravana fatally wounded him, and he was actually going to die, about to die, and he said he has taken him to southward direction towards Lanka. So with that, Jatayu leaves the body, and Lord Ramachandra performs the final rites for Jatayu because he was such a wonderful devotee of Lord Ram. So Ramayana continues with Lord Ramachandra going down south, coming to Pampa Sarovar, Pampa Lake, wherein he meets Sugriva. And Sugriva, as we mentioned, Sugriva, Vali, Hanuman, these are all begot by the demigods actually. So he was in exile because he had a dispute with his brother Vali. And Vali also took possession of Sugriva's wife, and Sugriva is living in exile. So Ramachandra gets friendship with the Sugriva. And then Sugriva wanted to know if he can help Lord Ramachandra if he gets his kingdom. So in this way, there was a fight arranged between Sugriva and Vali, and Lord Ramachandra said, I will kill this Vali. So this Sugriva and Vali, they were monkeys and they look same, and they were fighting together. Lord Ramachandra could not recognize between who is Vali, who is Sugriva. He can't hit. He was going to hit, but he was not able to hit. And Sugriva was very badly, thrashed, to say. He comes back and tells Ramchandra, what is this? You said he will hit him, but I fought with him and I am badly thrashed and you didn't do anything? He said, Arey bhai, I can't recognize between you. Both are appearing to be together, same. He said, you put this garland. So I know that you are putting the garland, this is you. And today again you go. Today we will go. Again Vali goes, again Sugriva goes, Vali and Sugriva, when they fight, Lord Ramachandra from behind, he shoots an arrow and hits Vali. And Vali was very surprised, and he saw, who is that person hit me? It is Lord Ramachandra. So Vali asked him, how is that? How is that you are hitting me from behind? You are hitting me from behind. Yeah, Kshatriya means, you fight from the front. You don't hit from the back. Hitting from the back is also bad. And what to speak of hitting from back? If somebody is running away from the battlefield, people don't even consider glorious to hit that person. Leave him also. Chhod do usko. Ye bhag raha hai, usko chhod do. Lord Ramachandra, Vali had a boon that whoever fights with him, he will get 50% of his strength from the front. So in that way, He has his own strength plus 50% another person's strength. How anybody can defeat him? That is how he was very powerful. So Lord Ramachandra said, I am a Kshatriya, son of Dasarath Maharaj. And when we go to the forest, we hunt the animal. That rule of, it is not my dignity to fight with an animal face to face. I can eat from the behind, no problem. That is allowed in the Kshatriya Dharma. Kshatriya Dharma it is allowed. And in fact, he didn't want to face him because if somebody like Lord Ramachandra has to face him from front, that means he has to get 50% of Ramachandra's strength. That is not possible for anybody. It is not because that 50% strength is so much that anybody who is ordinary Jiva Tattva cannot hold the 50% strength of Lord Ramachandra. That will make the very boon nullified. He didn't want to nullify the boon. For the goodness of the boon, he said that let me not fight from the front. So in that way, Sugriva was coronated as the king of the monkeys, and all the monkeys now are ready to find out where is Sita. And Sugriva then sent different battalions in different directions. And there comes Hanuman, goes to the south, down south, and somehow or other they come to Rameshwaram, Dhanushkoti, and they found out that Hanuman was to find Mother Sita in Lanka, but Lanka is an ocean in between. And Hanuman was thinking how to cross this body of water. Then comes Jambavan to remind him of the strength of Hanuman. Hanuman, he has such a wonderful strength. He can not only cross this small ocean, he can cross much more than that. Even planetary systems he can cross. So when he was reminded of this strength, then he came to know. Hanuman goes to Lanka, jumps from, monkey has to only jump from there to there. He jumped and landed up on the other side of the ocean in Lanka. And goes to Lanka, tries to find out things, and finally meets Mother Sita. And he presents Mother Sita. Mother Sita is thinking this must be another demon or somebody agent from the demon like that. Then he presents the ornament that Lord Ramachandra has given to given to Hanuman. So when she saw that, then she knew that this is Ramachandra's representative, Ramadut. So in this way, the Ravana's men, they figure out this, Hanuman is somebody is intruding here. They try to catch him and they bring him in front of Ravana. And Hanuman is fearless. He says, I am Ramaduta. I have come here. And they wanted to. Usually, a representative, a Duta comes from another kingdom, you don't punish him actually. You can't punish. That is Rajadharma. But then Ravana decides to burn the tail of Hanuman, and Hanuman's tail, that is also something very special. And Hanuman actually burns the capital of Ravana, and he comes back to Ramachandra, tells him, he saw Sita, Mother Sita is seen, and they all know that now where is Mother Sita. So in this way, Lord Ramachandra, along with the entire battalion of monkeys, they reach Dhanushkoti, Rameshwaram, and there Lord Ramachandra performs. See, Lord Ramachandra, even he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as a Maryada Purushottam. He was performing his all acts befitting for a human being. Because once Ravana, he was performing severe austerities with aim of pleasing Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma was not coming to him very quick. So he started breaking one of his heads. He has got 10 heads. he'll take one head and put it in the fire, sacrifice. Another head, another head, another head. So when he put all his head, Lord Brahma said, "Theek hai bhai, kya chahiye?" He came. So Ravana said, "I should not be killed by any living beings except human beings." He thought human beings, Nara, they are all useless fellows. Okay, they are all like mosquitoes. उनसे क्या हमको कभी, I am so powerful. By mosquito kind of people, I am not going to get any trouble. Human को छोड़ देना. Nobody else should kill me except the human being. Lord Brahma said, "Very good, chalo, le lo." So his boon, which was not to be killed by any living entity, included all the demigods, all the, Rakshasas, anybody, except human being. So, Lord Ramchandra, Vinashayata Dushkritam, he has to annihilate the Dushkrita. So, because this Ravana got the boon in which human being is excluded, Lord Ramchandra came as a human being and performed all activities befitting for a human being. Even though he had all the power, he could have just called his Garuda and mounted on the Garuda and directly went and landed up in Lanka and did the whole thing. What to speak of going there? He could have just sent his Sudarshan Chakra, chalo karke aa jana. Doesn't need all these things. But he can't do all those things. That is not a, Sudarshan Chakra is not a weapon of a human being. Garuda is not a carrier of any human being. Right? So he cannot use all of those things. So he performed any and every activity an ordinary human being will, but he can exhibit his power, supreme power. That nobody can stop him. So in this way, Lord Ramchandra came all the way to Rameshwaram area, and there he performed some tapasya. Lord Ramchandra does not, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He doesn't need to perform. But still he performed, and at the end, he wanted to chastise the ocean god. The ocean god came, "Oh, well, my dear Lord, what can I do?" He said, "I want to go, you'll have to give way." He said, "No problem." So in this way, ocean god agreed that you make a bridge, and that bridge will be so special that anything you throw, I will make it float. So in this way, all the monkeys gathered together and they identified, we said that all the demigods, they impregnated different species. They were all born to assist Lord Ramchandra, and to Vishwakarma impregnated one monkey, and that monkey gave birth, and that is Nala. And he is son of Vishwakarma, heavenly engineer and architect. Some politician wondered, Lord Ramchandra built a bridge across ocean. In which engineering college he got B.Tech Civil Engineering? But he was not so intelligent enough to know that with just B.Tech Civil Engineering you can't make a bridge. His brain can work only up to that level. You need a master's degree in structural engineering actually to design a bridge. A structural engineer can talk about bridge. What this foolish fellow who is an illiterate wanted to get a doctorate degree, he is speaking about bridge. Somebody can guess if you know the history. To build a bridge, you don't need just a B.Tech in civil engineering. You have a very special bridge. With an ordinary B.Tech, what he can build? Go and ask any B.Tech wala, he may not even understand what is the bridge, how it is designed. You need to be, there are so many kinds of bridge. Suspended bridge, pre-stressed concrete bridge, composite bridge. What he knows about it? Nothing. He is talking where Ramchandra got a B.Tech. Stupid fellow. He doesn't need a B.Tech. Nala, he is the engineer's son. So he is an engineer. Where is the engineer? He is asking. This is fellow engineer. This Vishwakarma, his son is an engineer. So he tried, he got in his DNA engineering degree. This Vishwakarma can make wonderful things. What is this small bridge? He can make planets. He can make palaces. This bridge is nothing actually. So in that way, this bridge doesn't require an ordinary engineering degree. It requires a more intelligent, transcendental bridge. You need much more than that. So Nala, who is the heavenly architect Vishwakarma's son, he is the coordinator of the bridge. So all the monkeys they brought, and he actually tied the floating stones. It's a floating bridge. For that you don't need a BTech. It's a different bridge. When you go to Kumbh Mela, across the river Ganges, there are so many bridges. They are all floating actually. They are made to float. So even the workers are making it. Engineers only tell go and make it. Engineers don't even come on the site. Workers are making. This is a floating bridge. So Lord Ramchandra made this wonderful transcendental floating bridge because all the stones were floating. It are all tied. And Hanuman and big boulders were coming, they were throwing. Everyone wanted to help in making the bridge. And the big monkeys, they were writing Lord Ram in the name of the Ram on the stone. And they throw it, they are all floating. What stupid engineer will know that how to write the name of Ram, how it will float? There is a transcendental touch to this bridge. That foolish fellows can't understand. Little brain, tiny brain, Prabhu said tiny brain people they can't understand. There's a transcendental touch to this whole bridge. Ram's name were written and they are floating and they are built. You don't need a BTech, BTech se kya karega? What he can empower the stone? He can't. Everybody was helping. Everybody was helping. And a small squirrel was also bringing a small pebble. He can't bring a big boulder. Big monkeys are bringing big boulders and the squirrel is bringing a small pebble. And Hanuman said, hey, side ho ja. Isse kya kaam hone wala hai? We are bringing big things. What is that you are bringing? Ramchandra Bhagavan is an ideal master. He is ideal in his master also. The ideal master recognizes the service of everybody. Not big only, small also. Immediately Ramchandra said, no. He called the squirrel, oh, very nice thing you are doing, very nice. So he actually patted him, caressed him, very nice thing. So every service that is done is recognized as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is the quality of service, the intention with which a person wants to serve, that is most important. As ideal master, Lord Ramchandra recognized everybody's services. So in this way, the bridge was built, and there is a question whether this bridge really was built or not. Several years back, without any political controversy, the NASA satellites, when they did actually the scanning, they actually said, irrespective of any Hindutva-wadi, without anybody's interference, they said that there existed a man-made remnants of a bridge between Dhanushkoti and Sri Lanka. Because there is a shallow water and the stones and all are there, they are not formed naturally. They don't belong to there, they came from outside, they came from earth. They didn't say that Ramchandra made. They say this is a man-made bridges remnants. NASA. Sometimes we only accept an American certified, We say it no value. America certified, they are the authority. In fact, if you go to Dhanushkoti area, you will find that the water is shallow. And they wanted to break it to make a shipping channel actually. Well, to break it or not, it is not broken yet, but definitely, even if not spiritual perspective, even from cultural point of view, there is something significant from our culture. The country called Indonesia. In that country, Muslims are in majority. Muslims are in majority. And Hindus are in minority. And in that country, they play Ramayana as a cultural heritage. Ramayana belongs to Hindus, but Muslims also see that. They do the drama of Ramayana there. And why they do it? They say that this is our culture. We are doing it several thousand years, so we are continuing it. No, you became Muslim. That is few hundred years back, 300, 400, 500 years back, 500, 600 years back. Before that this Ramayana was there, we are continuing it. This is our culture. Muslim बोल रहा है. इधर क्या बोल रहा है? So-called people born in their airline. We have national airline of Indonesia. Suppose for India, the airline is called what? Air India. Previously, they used to have the logo Centaur. Centaur hotel bolte. Centaur is actually a Roman deity actually. Roman अच्छा लगता है. हमारा कुछ अच्छा नहीं लगता है. In Indonesia, Muslim country, the name of their national carrier aeroplane is Garuda. Garuda airline. Nice to go on Garuda, right? Garuda airline. Why? It's our culture, Baba. Garuda, they have called Garuda Park. They talk about Garuda. They have the story of Garuda, Vinita, all those things. Because it's a culture. And we are not even protecting our culture. Spiritual thing is much more than that. Very sad state of situation. So in this way, by the way, Lord Ramchandra used this wonderful transcendental bridge, real bridge, not imaginary bridge, real bridge. And all of them crossed by walk. If Ramchandra wanted, he could have also jumped. If Hanuman can jump this much, if Ramchandra cannot jump that point. He has to cross like a human being will cross. Like a human being he has to go. Crosses and reaches Lanka. And there is a whole Kanda, Yuddha Kand. So Yuddha Kand goes, how the fight happens. And it's a long description about how all the associates of Ravana, Indrajit, Kumbhakarna, all this fighting, etc., so many things. Finally, Lord Ramchandra fights with Ravan and he takes the Brahmastra. We have come to the end of the Kand already. Takes the Brahmastra. Given by Agastya Rishi. Agastya Rishi gave this Brahmastra. And this Brahmastra was given by Brahma, Lord Brahma himself to Indra. And Indra gave it to Agastya and Agastya Rishi gave it to Lord Ramchandra. And for this Brahmastra, the feather of the Brahmastra was supplied by Garuda, none other than Garuda's feathers. And presided over by Vayu. It is supposed to go fast. Vayu is presiding over this weapon. And the razor sharp head is made of Agni and Surya, very sharp, Agni and Surya. And the weight of this weapon is Meru and Mandra mountains weight. How much heavy the Mandra and Meru mountain, that much heavy. And the shaft is ether. Ether is not having form. The shaft is like very light, ether. Shaft is ether. And with that, Lord Ramchandra shot this arrow. And that arrow actually went like a thunderbolt and pierced the heart of Ravana. And it went to the other side. It didn't stay there. And it carried all the sins of Ravana, and it went and hit on the ground. All the sins were removed and put it on the ground. And the weapon Brahmastra comes back to Lord Ramchandra's square. So in this way, vomiting blood from all the 10 heads, Ravana falls to ground, and then he actually leaves his body. In that way, Lord Ramchandra finished off Ravana, who was creating so much disturbance not only to the the dynasty of Lord Ram, but he was creating disturbance to everybody else also. That was not noticed. But then Ravana's life comes to an end because he has to be vanquished by Lord Ram. So in this way, Lord Ramchandra reaches Mother Sita, and he brings Mother Sita through the bridge again, and Lord Ramchandra did not want to leave the bridge, and it breaks the bridge also. It is purposefully broken, otherwise all the demons will misuse it. So it is from Dhanushkoti side, when he comes this side, Dhanushkoti is one of the tirthas, so he breaks the bridge, and the bridge so when you empower, the power is there. You can take away the power also. So breaking the bridge means the Lord Ramchandra takes away the transcendental power that is in all the stones and all the parts of the bridge. He takes away, then the bridge naturally becomes, submerged in the water. So in this way, Lord Ramchandra makes Mother Sita to undergo Agni Pariksha also. Because in the Vedic culture, a woman goes to another person's place and stays overnight, then her chastity is questioned. And she stayed so long, so Lord Ramchandra makes Mother Sita to undergo the Agni Pariksha, which is described in Kurma Puran. In the Kurma Puran, it was described that Mother Sita was never kidnapped by Ravana. When Ravana came to Panchavati and he was trying to kidnap, he actually kidnapped the Maya Sita. And the real Sita was in the abode of fire god, Agni. So when Mother Sita underwent the Agni Pariksha, the Maya Sita went into the fire, and the real Sita, Agni, personality of God, personality came with Mother Sita and handed over. So in that way, Mother Sita, the real Mother Sita, never was kidnapped, never was in Lanka. It's all big drama. The Lord's pastimes are so wonderful that what the Lord wants to achieve, He achieves it, and He makes it in such a way that it is wonderfully achieved. So in this way, when Ramchandra came with Mother Sita and Lakshman, Dasarath came from the higher planetary system, and he was very happy to see. And Dasarath took the lap of Lord Ramchandra. He was so happy now that, oh, you are going to be actually now coronated. He was very happy and took the blessings of Dasarath, Lord Ramchandra. And in the Pushpak Viman of Ravana, which Ravana stole from Kuvera. Whatever Ravana had, it was all stealing from different places actually. So in the Pushpak Viman, Lord Ramchandra came back to Ayodhya. So Bharat Maharaj, he was waiting for Lord Ramchandra's return, and Bharat Maharaj personally brought the padukas that he was worshipping and gave it to Lord Ramchandra. And Vashishta, who was the family priest for the dynasty, he then had Lord Ramchandra shaved his head. Lord Ramchandra, you have to know that he had matted, locked hair. In the forest, you won't get barber to shave or anything. So he had matted hair, like a saint. So Vashishta asked Lord Ramchandra to shave the head and dress up in a royal dress now. And Mother Sita also was decorated in royal dress. In this way, the chariot of Dasarath came. And in that, Bharat himself became the driver. And Shatrukna was holding the umbrella of Lord Ramchandra. And Lakshman and Vibhishana, both of them were doing the fanning and the chamara on the chariot. So with the big procession, they came to the palace. And Lord Ramchandra, as a matter of gratitude, told that his own palace should be given to Sugriva, who is the cause of helping find Mother Sita. So in this way, the royal coronation, Pattabhishek means the king is coronated by means of Abhishek and helmet is put. So very important event which Dasarath wanted to do it, which didn't happen. Now Vashishta, so he arranged the Pattabhishek, royal coronation. So in that, all the monkeys, they all went to, they are expert in going to the places very far. From 500 holy places, sacred bodies of water, they brought auspicious water. You are going to do some important Abhishek means, you need sacred water. Sacred water from 500 holy places. They brought. So, Lord Ramachandra was made to sit on the throne of Ikshvaku dynasty, bedecked with, rare jewels and gems and made of gold. So, on the royal throne, Lord Ramachandra was made to sit, and Vashishta made the Abhishek. First Abhishek has to happen. Abhishek of Lord Ramachandra, Abhishekam, Pattabhishek. So first, all the Brahmanas were asked to bathe Lord Ramachandra. Brahmanas. First the Brahmanas bathed the waters that came from 500 sacred places. After that, virgin girls, Kannikas, they bathed Lord Ramachandra. And after their turn, the ministers bathed Lord Ramachandra. And after that, the leading warriors, they bathed Lord Ramachandra. And after that, the Vaishyas are also given chance to bathe Lord Ramachandra. They bathe. In that order, all of them bathed Lord Ramachandra with the water from all the holy places. Then Vashishta asked 4 Lokapalas to actually, and demigods, all the demigods, to sprinkle the herbs from the sky. Herbs, very auspicious herbs from the sky. It's like a shower. Sprinkle the auspicious herbs from the sky. So then Vashishta brought the golden crown owned by the emperors of Ikshvaku dynasty. And this crown was made by Brahma himself. Brahma himself made this crown, and he coronated Vaivashvata Manu. Vaivashvata Manu, in the dynasty, sun god. So he, from there, Vivashwan. So in that line, whoever was ruling the world, they were wearing this crown. Vaivashvata Manu was the first one to wear this crown. And the same crown was worn by Dasarath Maharaj. So Vashishta brought that crown, and they actually made Lord Ramachandra to wear this crown. Ramachandra Bhagavan ki! So in this way, when Lord Ramachandra was coronated, Vayu came with a garland of 100 golden lotuses. The gifts, when a great event happens, the gifts are also given. Vayu came with the gift of lotus, golden lotus garland. And a necklace made of pearl and gems, valuable pearls and gems. He garlanded him. Shatrughan held the royal umbrella. Shatrughan was always holding the umbrella. And Sugriva and Vibhishana was fanning the Supreme Lord. And Gandharvas were singing. Gandharvas are expert in singing. And Apsaras were dancing. Auspicious occasion. So they were in ecstasy. They were dancing. Apsaras were dancing. Lord Ramachandra gave 1 lakh cows in charity to Brahmanas. 1 lakh cows in charity. And 30 crore gold coins and precious jewels to all the Brahmanas. 30 crore gold coins. Somebody said these are all mythology. Nonsense. It's real. What is not possible is not mythology. You can't conceive it, it doesn't become mythology. Your little brain only you can conceive little things. Big things you can't conceive. What can we do about it? You have to blame your own brain for that. 30 crore gold coins and precious jewels to Brahmanas. So, he gave to Sugriva that celestial necklace that was given by Vayu. He gave that necklace to him, Sugriva. And for Angada, he gave the bracelets made of gold and diamond, Angada. And Sita wanted to, so Lord Ramachandra gave the necklace that is given by Vayu to Mother Sita, And Mother Sita wanted to give it to Hanuman. She just touched the, necklace and looked at Hanuman and then looked at Lord Ramchandra. Ramchandra, yes, you give. You can talk with eyes also. So, Mother Sita gave this necklace given by Vayu to Hanuman for his wonderful service. So in this way, all the monkey chiefs were given gifts of clothing and so many things. So in this way, everyone was so happy. And after this coronation, Pattabhishek of Lord Ramachandra, everyone went back to their places. Vibhishana went to Lanka and the monkeys went to their own place. Lord Ramachandra then started ruling his kingdom for 11,000 years. 11,000 years. And he told Lakshman, I want to make the heir apparent. After me, you should rule the kingdom. Lakshman denied. Lakshman denied. Because he is 2 days younger to Bharat. He was born after 2 days. Because of that seniority, he said no. And Lord Ramachandra decided that after him, Bharat Maharaj will take over. So in this way, Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman, they were setting an ideal example of how one should execute one's duty. So ideal that Lord Ramachandra is known for actually performing his Raja Dharma. So perfect. So perfect. Raja Dharma is duties of a king. What is his duty? Raja Niti is different, Raja Dharma is different. Raja Niti is politics and diplomacy. Raja Dharma is your duty. He performed his Raja Dharma so perfectly that his Raja is known as Ramaraj. Ramaraj happened in Treta Yuga. Now we are talking about Ramaraj. What is so special about this Ramaraj? So special is that in Ramaraj, everyone was happy. You will never find anybody who was sad. All prosperity. Everyone was prosperous. Nobody was having, you won't find any beggars and things like that. Everybody was prosperous. No hunger. People are not hungry. And no scarcity of anything. Everything that you need is in plenty. Abundant grains, fruits, vegetables, milk, anything you say, everything is in abundant. Golden era, you can say. It so happened that people had a doubt whether this is Satya Yuga or Treta Yuga. See, Treta Yuga has got its own symptom. Satya Yuga has got its own symptom. But even though it was Treta Yuga, it appeared as if it is Satya Yuga. So glorious was the kingdom. So glorious. So, in this way, there was no natural calamity, no natural calamity, no flood, no earthquake, no tsunami, nothing of that sort, no flood. So, in this way, Lord Ramachandra ruled his kingdom for 11,000 years, Ramaraj. So glorious that people are even talking about Ramaraj now. So, Ramaraj is not just by a name or tag you can give that it becomes Ramaraj. It is by means of the activities that we perform. It is by means of the behavior of the people. So the people were so, refined, so exemplary. So the whole kingdom was Ramaraj. As Lord Ramachandra exhibited his ideal behavior, Maryad Purushottam, ideal in all aspects, be as a son or a master, as a husband or as a king, everything. So, Srila Prabhupada says, how to bring this Ramaraj in Kali Yuga. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who is non-different from Lord Ram and Lord Krishna. In fact, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he revealed his Sad Bhuj palm, six-handed form, in which two hands he was holding bow and arrow. In another two hands he was holding the flute, and other two hands he was holding the sannyas danda and kamandalu. Six-handed form. So in the same way that Lord Ramchandra as an ideal person performed his pastime, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down and he performed the role of an ideal devotee. Ideal devotee. So in Kali Yuga, Srila Prabhupada says, you can also bring Ramaraj if everyone takes the process of Krishna consciousness, as shown by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the teacher who has taken the role of a student. So he has also by his own behavior, Maryada, how a devotee should behave. How a devotee should perform Krishna consciousness. How one, when he performs his footsteps, he can achieve the perfection of going back home, back to Godhead. So, on this auspicious occasion of the appearance of Lord Ramchandra, we remember his wonderful pastimes, his wonderful qualities of setting the highest standard of ideal behavior for a person. Highest standard. So, we pray at his lotus feet to actually inspire us also to at least do some level of ideal behavior. It's very difficult, but quite possible, as much as possible. And that, how it is possible, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us. By following the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when we practice Krishna consciousness, Achar and Prachar. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also set the highest standard. He was playing the role of a sannyasi. So he has set the highest standard of how a sannyasi should be also. He has set the standard of highest standard of how a devotee should be also. And he has inspired his disciples to write the books setting the standards. And in the line of Goswamis, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, Srila Prabhupada has set the standard for the devotees in ISKCON, in Krishna consciousness movement, how we can worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead with as much standard as possible. So, by following the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada, according to the instruction that he has given, when we worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Sri Gaurnitai, Sri Sri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanumanji, and Sri Sri Radha Ras Bihari Ji, and sincerely by dedicating our devotional service, taking the inspiration, if we perform according to the direction, there is no doubt that the Rama Rajya in Kali Yuga is also possible. We can be part of that. Ramchandra. Like Ramchandra, he can make the monkeys to be part of Ramaraj. So, monkey life Kali Yuga people, worse than monkeys actually. Monkeys may have also some kind of regulation. Even lower than monkeys also can be engaged, like Lord Ramchandra engaged the monkeys. Srila Prabhupada is engaging the monkeys in service of Radha Ras Bihari. So that, like Ramchandra can purify them and make them be fit enough to go back home, back to Godhead, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy and blessings, by sincerely following his footsteps, when we are engaged in Krishna consciousness, we can also please Sri Sri Gaurnitai, Sri Sri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, and Radha Ras Bihari Ji, and achieve the perfection of going back home, back to Godhead, Goloka Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Sri Sri Radha Ras Bihari Ji ki, Sri Sri Gaurnitai ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. It's almost 10 o'clock. Anybody has anything to add? Any question? One or two question in the, if at all. You have a question? Yes, quick.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। राम जी को जो 14 वर्ष का वनवास दिया गया, तो सिर्फ 14 वर्ष का ही वनवास क्यों? उस समय उम्र काफी ज्यादा होती थी और लंबा टाइम भी दे सकते थे अगर राज्य नहीं देना था उनको, तो इसके पीछे क्या रीजंस था?
When Kaikeyi he wanted him to go for 14 years, 14 साल. वो क्या सोची, 14 साल में भरत will become settled down. Then he can continue as the emperor like that. उनका मन में वही था, तो इसके लिए 14 साल बोल दिया. इसमें कुछ इसका आगे क्या है वो मालूम नहीं. Her aim was that within 14 years Bharat can be established. She thought that 14 years are sufficient enough for Bharat. She wanted Bharat to become emperor perpetually.
हरे कृष्णा। प्रभु जी, सीता मैया जो धनुष्य बाण था वो इजीली उठा सकती थी, और उनके स्वयंवर में रावण आए थे और उन्होंने नहीं उठा पाए।
कौन?
रावण।
हाँ।
तो जब सीता मैया को किडनैप करके वो लेके गए, तो सीता मैया अगर धनुष्य बाण उठा सकते, उतना अगर उनमें ताकत है, तो वो रावण के साथ फाइट कर सकते थे, या मतलब कुछ तो कर सकती थी खुद को बचाने के लिए।
वो तो रियल सीता नहीं है ना, माया सीता है ना।
ओके।
वो रियल सीता को, see there was a devotee of Lord Ram in Madurai, living during the time of Lord Chaitanya. He was so pained. How is this Ravan demon touched my mother Sita? He was not able to tolerate. He was so painful. All the time he was thinking like that. Lord Chaitanya comes and tells in Kurma Purana, it is said that Ravana never touched real Sita. It is Maya Sita only. Then only he was relieved. So the real Sita was never touched by Ravana. It is Maya Sita. So Maya Sita तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना, ले गए. हमको क्या करना माया सीता से? और रावण के लिए बनाया गया. किसी के लिए you make a doll and give it to somebody, you don't really worry about the doll, no. So like that it is a plaything for Ravana. तो रावण के लिए एक plaything है, माया सीता बना के दे दिया. He was very happy he got the Sita, but he didn't get the Sita actually. Maya Sita. Yes. Huh? Huh?
Hare Krishna. Dashrath Maharaj was cursed by Narad Muni, and even Lord Ramchandra, that is Vishnu, was cursed that he will suffer because of his wife. And but why was Lakshman and Sita Maya had to suffer all this turmoil?
See, the Lord is arranging the pastime. Everybody plays their role. Of course, Lakshman, that is why decided that it is so painful for him to execute the order of Lord Rama, especially when Lord Ram wanted to banish Mother Sita, which we didn't discuss. It was so painful for him. He decided that he will not come as a younger brother, because younger brother आएगा तो सुनना पड़ेगा. Elder brother आएगा तो सुना सकता है, नहीं तो चुप भी रह सकता है. So next time onwards he came as elder brother. It was painful, but it is part of the pastime. So they have come to help Lord Ramchandra. So when you come to perform your role, then you have to undergo whatever is required by the Supreme Lord. The same way, in the devotional service, if some difficulty happens, you can't just complain. It's a part of the larger arrangement. It has to be. In fact, Mother Sita was in Agni Loka. She didn't go to Lanka anyway. So one who was crying in Ashokavan, it was not real Sita. So she was there in the abode of, Ram. But then she has to be banished. That is also, in fact, Lord Ramchandra banished Mother Sita because there was a question raised by a Dobi saying that somebody stayed in the house so many days, years, and Ramchandra accepted it. I am not going to accept you. He was telling to his wife. A stupid Dobi is comment. Lord Ramchandra did not neglect. Raja Dharma. Now the question is raised. Ramchandra, his wife Sita, her character is questioned. Now he has his Raja Dharma. Which is higher? Raja Dharma is higher than the family Dharma. Griha Dharma, Ashrama Dharma is lower than the Raja Dharma. So because Raja Dharma is superior to Griha Dharma, even though Sita was his wife, he has given a strongest punishment. That is the ideal king. The ideal king, the closest person he is, he will give the stronger punishment. He could have been lighter punishment if it was somebody else. So that is ideal king, Maryad Purushottam. So because of that he has to do that. So this whole thing is part of the entire pastimes of Lord Ramchandra. So everyone else is playing that role and they are assisting the Lord. Somebody may be given a role which may be from our external eyes, external perspective looking good. Someone is not so good, but from Krishna's point of view, every role is important. To a drama to be very successful, even the villain has to perform the good role, If the villain is given, suppose a devotee is given the villain role. Suppose there is a drama of, last time also I said on some other context, if there is a drama of Ramayan, initiated devotee is taking the role of a Ravan. Drama, stage mein jaake, what he should do? He should kidnap Sita or he should chant Mother Sita, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Suppose this devotee who is playing the role of Ravan with 10 heads on the stage, when he sees Mother Sita, he starts worshipping Sita and chants Hare Krishna. People will cry, hey, wait, director will say, hey, aisa nahi hai. Karo. On the other hand, if Ravan, even though he is a devotee, Ravan, he is playing a role very aggressively, everybody will clap. Acha role kiya. To make the drama successful, villain should do his villain role, Villain cannot do a hero's role, then what will happen? So, the Ramayana is the pastime of Lord Ramchandra, and this is to teach the people how to be ideal in our life, how to live according to principle. People become principleless. For anything, they do all kinds of unwanted things. Ramchandra is setting highest standard to teach us. So here in this verse, it is said that he is teaching the example for Sikshayam Swayam Acharet. Is that still? Hey, Haribol, sloka hai kya? Swayam Acharet. He is doing himself, a great teacher means he should actually do first Achar, then Prachar. Prachar will not have any value if Achar is not there. Prachar is not dependent upon how good you speak, how good you narrate, how good you impress people, how good you follow for yourself. That is important. So if Ramchandra has to teach people how you should have ideal life, he has to do himself. So in that entire big landscape of the entire pastime, everybody takes their role, and there is nothing like bad role or good role. It is to assist the Supreme Lord. Everything is good role only. We will stop here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Radha Ras Bihari ji ki, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Gaurnitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Ram Navami Maha Mahotsav ki, Kai Gaurav Premanande.